ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ। So Guru Peri Satsang ji. Today we're gonna start another Sakhi like we do every week. So hopefully everyone has time to join in. And like always, we're gonna start off with Mool Mantar and Vaheguru Mantar and Guru Sahib Ji Kirpa Kar and Guru Sahib Ji Kirpa Karte Han, and hopefully they give this uh, give this idiot enough knowledge to spread this Sakhi to all you guys, right? This Jan Bacha, right? So, मूल मंत्र ते पहला जुड़िए। एक ओंकार सतनाम करता पुरखो निर्भौ निर्वैर अकाल मूर्ति अजूनी सैभं गुर प्रसाद जपो आदि सच जुगादि सच है भी सच नानक होसी भी सच। एक ओंकार सतनाम करता पुरखो निर्भौ निर्वैर अकाल मूर्ति अजूनी सैभं गुर प्रसाद जपो आदि सच जुगादि सच है भी सच नानक होसी भी सच। एक ओंकार सतनाम करता पुरखो निर्भौ निर्वैर अकाल मूर्ति अजूनी सैभं गुर प्रसाद जपो आदि सच जुगादि सच है भी सच नानक होसी भी सच। एक ओंकार सतनाम करता पुरखो निर्भौ निर्वैर अकाल मूर्ति अजूनी सैभं गुर प्रसाद जपो आदि सच जुगादि सच है भी सच नानक होसी भी सच। एक ओंकार सतनाम करता पुरखो निर्भौ निर्वैर अकाल मूर्ति अजूनी सैभं गुर प्रसाद जपो आदि सच जुगादि सच है भी सच नानक होसी भी सच। एक ओंकार सतनाम करता पुरखो निर्भौ निर्वैर अकाल मूर्ति अजूनी सैभं गुर प्रसाद जपो आदि सच जुगादि सच है भी सच नानक होसी भी सच। एक ओंकार सतनाम करता पुरखो निर्भौ निर्वैर अकाल मूर्ति अजूनी सैभं गुर प्रसाद जपो आदि सच जुगादि सच है भी सच नानक होसी भी सच। एक ओंकार सतनाम करता पुरखो ਨਿਰਭਉ ਨਿਰਵੈਰ ਅਕਾਲ ਮੂਰਤਿ ਅਜੂਨੀ ਸੈਭੰ ਗੁਰ ਪ੍ਰਸਾਦਿ ਜਪੁ ਆਦਿ ਸਚੁ ਜੁਗਾਦਿ ਸਚੁ ਹੈ ਭੀ ਸਚੁ ਨਾਨਕ ਹੋਸੀ ਭੀ ਸਚੁ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ 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 ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ। ਸੋ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ। So Gurupuri Sahib Sangat Ji, I hope everyone had time to listen and to really learn the last talks that we've been doing for the last 2 weeks, to really memorize them, to do as much job with them as possible. And I hope everyone has given their test and learned them as much as possible, and everyone is ready for the talk for the next 2 weeks for the new Varidi Tukhan that we're going to be looking at. So this one's a little bit longer. We're just going to start off by reading it first. So Jini Dittha Mera Sate Guru Pao Kari Tinke Sabhe Paap Gavai Hari Dargah Te Mukh Ujjale Boh Sobha Pai जानो नानको मंगा तूरे तिन जो गुर के सिख मेरे भाई जज्जे सिहारी जे नन्ने बिहारी नी जिनी डड्डी सिहारी डे ठठे कन्ना ठा डिठा ममिला में रारे कन्ना रा मेरा ससा मुक्त स तत्ते सैरी ते गग्गी औंकड़ को रारे औंकड़ रो साते गोरो भब्बे कन्ना भा ऊड़े औंकड़ ओ भाव कक्का मुक्त क रारे सिहारी रे कारी तत्ते सिहारी ते नन्ना मुक्ता न तेन कक्के ला के ससा मुक्त स भब्बे सिहारी पे साबे पप्पे कन्ना पा पप्पा मुक्ता प पाप गग्गा मुक्त ग बावी कन्ना बा ईड़ी बिहारी ई गवाई जिनी डिठा मेरा साते गोरो भाव कारी तेन के साबे पाप गवाई हाहा मुक्ता ह रारी सिहारी रे हारे दत्ता मुक्ता द रारा मुक्ता र गग्गा मुक्ता ग हाहा मुक्ता ह दारगह तत्ते ला ते मम्मी औंकड़ मो खखा मुक्ता ख मोख ऊड़ी औंकड़ ओ जज्जा मुक्ता ज लल्ले ला ले उज्जले बब्बा मुक्ता ब हाहे औंकड़ हो बहु ससे होड़ा सो भब्बे कन्ना भा सोभा पप्पे कन्ना पा ईड़ी बिहारी ई पाई हारे दरगह ते मुख उज्जले बहु शोभा पाई जज्जा मुक्त ज नन्ने औंकड़ नो जानो नन्ने कन्ना ना नन्ना मुक्ता न कक्की औंकड़ को नाना को मम्मी टिप्पी मंग गग्गे दलावा गै मंगै धद्दे दलैंकड़ तू राड़े सिहारी रे तूड़े तत्ते सिहारी ते नन्ना मुक्ता न तेन जज्जे होड़ा जो गग्गे औंकड़ को रारा मुक्ता र गोर कक्के ला के ससे सिहारी से खखा मुक्ता ख सेख मम्मे ला में रारे ला रे मेरे भब्बे कन्ना भा ईड़ी बिहारी ई भाई जानो नानको मंगै धूड़े तिन, जो गुर के सिख मेरे भाई, जिनी डिठा मेरा साते को रूपाओकारी, तिनके साबे पाप गवाई, हरि दरगह ते मुख उजले, बहु शोभा पाई, जानो नानको मंगै धूड़े तिन, जो गुर के सिख मेरे भाई. So Guru Piri Sahib Ji, what is Guru Sahib Ji telling us with these talks? So Guru Sahib Ji is telling us all the good things that happen to us if we truly love the Guru. If we truly love the Guru and we listen to what they say and we love Sikhi, in this Shabd Guru Sahib Ji tells us that all of the past sins, anything that we did wrong before, it gets erased. And we get so much respect in this world and the next world. And Guru Sahib Ji tells us all these good things that happen just by loving the Guru, just by actually loving the Guru. But we have to look at ourselves. Do we actually love the Guru, or are we just pretending to like the Guru? Because the Guru knows everything. If we're just pretending like we love the Guru, then we won't get all this stuff. But if we truly love the Guru, if we truly love Sikhi, and we try to follow everything that Sikhi is telling us, we have to look at ourselves. We have to look at ourselves. We have to see: do we really love Sikhi? Do we really love the Guru? Are we actually listening to the Guru? Are we actually listening to everything that the Guru Sahib tells us, or are we just pretending? And so we're going to look at a story we're going to look at a story of two Sikhs. One was just pretending like he liked the Guru. He was just saying, yeah, I like Sikhi, I'm going to follow Sikhi. But he was just pretending. And there was another Gursikh that really listened to everything that the Guru Sahib was saying. So this story, it takes place during our second Guru's time. Who was our second Guru Sahib Ji? I'll give you guys a couple seconds to think about it. Our second Guru Sahib Ji. So after Guru Nanak Dev Ji was Guru Angad Dev Sahib Ji. So this is a story that takes place during Guru Angad Dev Sahib Ji's time. And what happens during Guru Angad Dev Sahib Ji's time? There was a lot of langar that used to get made. And this just wasn't any langar, it used to be kheer, ras amrit kheer ki ali. Even in Gurbani it talks about this langar, that it used to be kheer. I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys have eaten kheer, or if not, your parents will probably give it to you if you ask them. But it's a really, really yummy dessert type of thing, right? It's like a candy. It's really tasty. And Guru Sahib Ji in their langar, they would get their wife, Mata Kivi Ji. She was the main sevadar. She was the main person that used to make this kheer. So every day, Mata Kivi Ji used to make kheer for the whole Sangat. And everyone used to come and eat. Everyone used to come and eat. And there was one person, and he was new. And he was like, this is amazing. Every day there's langar, and in the langar, everyone comes and everybody eats. And everyone eats so much kheer, and it's so yummy. And he was like, this is amazing. Like, he was like, I should become a Sikh. I should become a Sikh and learn about Sikhi, and I should get this kheer as well, and everything will be good. So what does he do? He starts living at the Gurdwara Sahib. He starts living with Guru Angad Dev Sahib Ji. And he starts saying to everybody that I'm a Sikh. I'm a Sikh just like you guys, right? And I followed Guru Sahib Ji. I love Guru Sahib Ji. Whatever Guru Sahib tells me, I'm going to do that. And every day he would eat langar, but that's it. He was just pretending like he liked the Guru. But he didn't really like the Guru from inside. He didn't really follow what Guru Sahib Ji was saying. So every day he would stay in a room and he didn't do any seva, he didn't do any simran, he didn't go into the Divan hall. The Divan Hall is where Guru Sahib Ji used to sit, and everyone used to come and matha take to Guru Sahib Ji. He never went there. He never matha take to Guru Angad Dev Sahib Ji. He would just sit in his room, and when it was time for langar, he would go, fill his plate, eat, and then go back to his room. He didn't do any seva. No, he didn't listen to any kirtan, didn't listen to any katha. He didn't even matha take to Guru Angad Dev Sahib Ji. And so much time passed, and so much time passed, and he was just sitting in his room, not doing anything, right? And what happened? One day, the Sikhs were like, this isn't good. Like, he should be doing some sort of seva. He should be doing something to, he should be doing something in exchange for all the kheer that he's eating, right? Like, it's okay, you're allowed to eat langar. Since Guru Sahib Ji's house, everyone's allowed to eat langar. But if he's a Sikh, he should be doing some seva. He should be doing some seva. So the Sikhs came to this person, and they really nicely, with a lot of nimrata, they weren't trying to act big or anything. They were being low. They were just trying to help him, and they said, "Sikha, tenu seva karni chahiye, right? Sikha, tu kheer di seva kar liya kar. Like you should make the seva or do the seva of actually making the kheer. Langar tiyar karni di seva kar liya kar, right? Help with the seva of making the langar, or jhute bhande manjiya kar. Do the seva of cleaning the dishes. You should do some sort of seva, right?" And this Sikh, remember, he was just pretending like, I love Guru Sahib Ji, I love Sikhi, right? He was like, I'm a Sikh of Guru Angad Dev Sahib Ji. I'm only going to listen to what Guru Angad Dev Sahib Ji tells me. Who are you to tell me to do something? I'm not your Sikh. I'm a Sikh of Guru Angad Dev Sahib Ji. If Guru Angad Dev Sahib Ji, whenever they tell me to do something, I'm going to do that right away. But I'm not going to listen to you. So he didn't listen to those Guru Sikhs. And even by Buddha Ji, Baba Buddha Sahib Ji, I think we've all probably heard of Baba Buddha Sahib Ji. He was a really, really big Guru Sikh at that time. Everyone used to respect Baba Buddha Sahib Ji. Baba Buddha Sahib Ji himself came to this Sikh's room, and he was like, Sikha, koi seva karya kar, simran karya kar, katha sunya kar, right? Listen to Kirtan, listen to katha, do some seva. And this guy didn't even listen to Baba Buddha Sahib Ji. He was like, I have full faith in Guru Sahib Ji, and I will listen to whatever Guru Sahib Ji tells me, but I'm not going to listen to what you guys tell me, because I'm only a Sikh of Guru Sahib Ji. So he was pretending like, I'm a Sikh, but inside he didn't really have that love for Sikhi, did he? Inside, what he really loved was, he loved the kheer, he loved to eat langar, and he stayed at the Gurudwara Sahib just so he could benefit from the langar, but he didn't want to, from inside, he didn't want to do any seva or any simran, because if deep inside he had a love for Guru Sahib Ji, he would have wanted to help Guru Sahib Ji. He would have wanted to help out in Guru Sahib Ji's house, right? The Gurdwara is Guru Sahib Ji's house. He would have wanted to help out as much as he could. He would have wanted to do as much seva. He would have wanted to teach other people about Sikhi. But he didn't want to do any of that. He was just hiding, right? He was just kind of hiding, saying, I love Guru Sahib Ji and I'll listen to Guru Sahib Ji. But he didn't really like Guru Sahib Ji. He was just pretending. And he just really liked eating the langar. So what happened? A lot of time passed, a lot of times passed. Months and months passed just like this, where he would just, by himself, go and eat kheer and not do anything else, just eat the kheer and come back home, and come back to his room. And what happened? One day, Guru Angad Dev Sahib Ji was in the langar when he went into the langar, right? So this is the first time that Guru Sahib Ji saw him, and for the first time ever, he matha take to Guru Sahib Ji, and Guru Sahib Ji says, "Come, who are you? Are you new here? Who are you?" Right? And this guy says, "No, Guru Sahib Ji, Guru Angad Dev Sahib Ji, I'm not new here. I've been here for months." And Guru Sahib Ji says, "Months? This is the first time I've seen you. What? This is the first time I've seen you, right? Like, what have you been doing here? Have you been coming into the Durban? Have you been listening to the Katha and the Kirtan? Have you been doing Seva? Like, why haven't I seen you before? And you know what this guy says? He was like, Guru Sahib Ji, I used to just, I was waiting for you to come tell me to do something. I used to just eat lagar, and a lot of the Sikhs told me to do this or do that, but I'm not their Sikh. I'm your Sikh. I'm only going to listen to what you tell me to do. So Guru Sahib Ji, I was waiting for you to come tell me to do something, right? And Guru Sahib Ji, they're Antarjami. Remember we went over this before? Antarjami, they know everything. They know exactly what we're thinking. They know exactly what's going to happen. They know absolutely everything. So Guru Sahib Ji, Guru Angad Dev Sahib Ji is Antarjami. They know that this guy's just pretending like he wants to be a Sikh. He's just pretending like he just likes Sikhi. But deep inside, he doesn't have the love for Guru Sahib Ji, right? He doesn't have love for Sikhi deep inside. So Guru Sahib Ji also sees that this guy, he doesn't have that much longer to live. Because when we're born, Ngan Kale, Sab Dev se saas hai, Naik Kattan Badan Tirsar. Guru Sahib Ji says, the amount of breaths that we have, they're all listed. Guru Sahib Ji, when we're born, they write down that this person is going to take this many breaths in life. Let's say this guy's going to take 1 million breaths and then they're going to pass away. And that can't be increased or decreased at all. So Guru Sahib Ji sees that this guy's approaching the end of his life. He doesn't have that many more breaths left. He doesn't have that much more time left on this earth. But Guru Sahib Ji still wants to help him, right? Because Guru Sahib Ji always tries to help people. Guru Sahib Ji always tries to help people. So Guru Sahib Ji says, Sikha, meri gaal sun, like listen to me. Tere 8 pair hi rehde han. You only have 24 hours left to live. And they say that if you haven't done anything good your whole life, you didn't do Simran, you didn't do Seva, you didn't help other people, you were always just kind of concerned about yourself. You just wanted to make sure that you had a good and easy life, right? And you didn't really do anything good. But he was like, you can still be blessed. If you're my Sikh, if you truly love me, then you have to listen to whatever I say. And he was like, whatever you tell me, Guru Sahib Ji, I'm willing to do that. I'm going to do that right away. And you know what Guru Sahib Ji tells him? Guru Sahib Ji says, okay, I want you to go into a forest and get a bunch of wood together. And then I want you to light that wood on fire. And once the wood is on fire, I want you to jump into the fire. And then this guy says, if that's what you want, Guru Sahib Ji, yeah, that's what I'll do. Because remember, he was pretending to be a Sikh. He was pretending like, I'm going to listen to whatever Guru Sahib Ji tells me. So what happens? He goes into a forest, he gets a bunch of wood together, and he lights it on fire. He starts this huge fire. But now what happens? He's scared to jump into the fire. He keeps looking at the fire. He keeps walking around the fire. But he doesn't want to jump in. He sees how hot it is, and he sees like it's gonna burn him, and he's just scared. He doesn't want to jump into the fire. And he's like, these Sikhs, like they were jealous that I was just eating and not doing seva, and they had to do seva because Guru Sahib Ji had told them to do some seva, right? So they were forced to do seva, and Guru Sahib Ji hadn't told me to do anything. So they were jealous that I was just allowed to eat the langar, right? And he's like, they told the Guru Sahib Ji to make me jump into the fire, right? He got scared. He didn't have that love for Guru Sahib Ji. He didn't believe in Guru Sahib Ji. He didn't have faith that whatever Guru Sahib Ji tells me is for my own benefit, right? He didn't have faith in Guru Sahib Ji. He didn't love Guru Sahib Ji. He was just pretending. So he's just looking at the fire. He's just looking at the fire, and he's getting mad that those Sikhs ruined my life, right? Those Sikhs ruined everything, and he's walking around the fire, but he's not jumping in. What happens? On the other side, there's a robber. There's a person, his name was Pai Mehraji, and he used to be a robber. He used to steal from people. He didn't do anything good his whole life either. He didn't have a job. He didn't used to work hard for his money. He used to at nighttime go to people's houses and steal their money or steal their food and then go and then use that food himself. What happened? One day, Pai Mehraji stole from a really, really rich kind of place, right? A really rich house. And then he's running away. He's running away after he steals, right? And he's trying to hide in the forest so no one can see him. And what happens? He sees that there's a huge fire in the forest. He was like, "What is this? Like, what's there? Why is there a fire in the forest?" Right? So he goes up to the fire, and he sees that Sikh that was standing on the left side, and he's there with all the bags of money that he stole, right? And he's like, "Why do you have this huge fire there in the middle of the forest, right? Like, what are you doing?" And this person tells him the whole story. He was like, "I used to live in the Guru Sahibji's house. I used to live at the Gurdwara Sahib, and I used to eat langar. But now Guru Sahibji told me that I only have a little bit longer to live, and the only way I'll be able to help myself, the only way I'll go to Sachkhand, the only way I'll meet God is if I jump in the fire." So what happens? He tells the robber, he tells Bhai Mehraji that these Sikhs, the other Sikhs, made Guru Sahib Ji give me this hukum, right? Like they made him tell me this, and he's kind of too scared to jump into the fire, right? But Bhai Mehraji, he had heard stories about Guru Sahib Ji before, and he had faith in Guru Sahib Ji. Even though he didn't meet Guru Sahib Ji before, he had faith in Sikhi, and he had faith that whatever Guru Sahib Ji tells us is for our own benefit. So he sees that this person is too scared to jump into the fire, and he was like, "You know what? I'll make you a deal." And you know what the deal was? He was like, "I stole all this money from this village." He was like, "I'll give it all to you. You can have it all. You can use it for whatever you want. And in return, I want you to give that hukum to me." So Guru Sahib Ji had given you hukum that you're not going to live much longer, and if you want to save yourself, if you want to meet God when you die, if you want to go to Sachkhand, if you want to meet with God when you die, then jump into the fire. I want you to give that command, that whatever the hukum that Guru Sahib Ji had told you, that command that Guru Sahib Ji had told you, I want you to do an ardas and give that command to me and say that Guru Sahib Ji, I pass your command on to Bhai Mehraji, and in return I'll give you all this money that I stole. So this Sikh sees and he was like, "This is perfect." He was like, "This way I'll tell everybody that I was trying to follow Guru Sahib Ji's hukum. I was just about to do it, but then this guy came. So I brought this money, and now the Guru Sahib's house can use this money, and I'll go back to just eating kheer and waiting for Guru Sahib to tell me something else." So he was like, "This is perfect." So he does the ardas. He was like, "Guru Sahib Ji, I pass your hukum on to Bhai Mehraji." So as soon as he's done the ardas, what happens? Bhai Mehraji, remember, he actually likes the Guru. He actually loves the Guru. He has faith in the Guru. He thinks that whatever the Guru Sahib Ji tells us is for our own benefits, is for our own, is to help us, right? Even though he hasn't met the Guru, he's heard stories of the Guru, and he has full faith in Guru Sahib Ji. So what happens as soon as the ardas is done, Bhai Mehraji doesn't think twice. Bhai Mehraji, they jump into the fire. Huge fire is burning, and they jump right in. And what happens? The fire burns him. The fire burns him, and he passes away. But what happens when he passes away? He doesn't have to suffer at all, because God Himself comes to meet him. God Himself takes him into Sachkhand. Ao bat adar Sokhdeo. He goes to Sachkhand. He merges into God. When his soul leaves his body, his soul goes right into God. and he's living in heaven. He's living with God, and he has full respect. And on the other hand, on the other side, what happens? So by Mehraji, he listened to the Guru. He had love for the Guru. And when he died, he went into Sajkhand. He saw Guru Sahib, he saw God himself, right? And he was able to spend the rest of his life with God, just enjoying. Even though he had done nothing good his whole life, even though he had just stolen his whole life, Guru Sahib Ji forgave all of that because he had love for Guru Sahib Ji, because he became a true Gursikh. He listened to what Guru Sahib Ji was saying. Everything wrong that he had done in the past, it was all wiped away. And he got to meet God when he died. That's the power of listening to the Guru. That's the power of following what Guru Sahib Ji tells us. On the other side, what happens? This Sikh that was just pretending like he likes Sikhi, he uh, he took all the money and he started walking away. He was like, I'll go back to Kudur. I'll go back to where Guru Sahib Ji was. It's called Kudur Sahib. He was like, I'll go back there and I'll just start living like I was before. So he's walking, and you know what happens? Guru Sahib Ji told him, you only have a little bit longer to live. Guru Sahib Ji wasn't lying to him. Guru Sahib Ji was trying to help him, right? What happened is that the village people caught him, and when they caught him, they were like, who are you? And why do you have all this stuff that was stolen? They were like, you must be the criminal. You stole all this money from us. You stole all this food from us. So you know what they did? They gave him the punishment of death. They killed him. But because this guy didn't listen to the Guru, and this guy hadn't done any seva in his life, he hadn't done any simran in his life, he hadn't helped other people in his life, he didn't get to Guru Sachkhand. When he died, he had to be punished for everything bad that he did. And because he didn't have faith in the Guru didn't, because he didn't have faith in the Guru, he didn't get to go to Sachkhand like Bhai Mehraji did, right? So this is the difference between people that jini dita mera Satgur paukar, who look at Guru Sahib Ji with love, who try to follow everything Guru Sahib Ji tells us. And what happens to them? Tinke sab paap koi, everything bad that they might have done. Like by Mehraji, he was a robber. He didn't do anything good. He was stealing from people. But because he had faith in Guru Sahib Ji, because at the end of his life, he stopped doing bad things, and instead of doing bad things, he was like, I'm going to listen to Guru Sahib Ji, and I'm going to listen to what Guru Sahib Ji is telling us. Because he had that faith, he had that love for Guru Sahib Ji, all his past, anything he had done wrong in the past, it was wiped away. Guru Sahib Ji didn't even look at it. He was like, this is now my Sikh, and I'm going to protect him. And then above it tells you other stuff that happens to you when you listen to the Guru, when you truly love the Guru. Har dargah te mukh ujle. So you know how so in this world and the next world, everyone treats you with respect if you follow what the Guru Sahib Ji says. And Guru Sahib Ji themselves say, I bow down to that person that listens to the Guru. That's how much respect the Guru Sahib Ji has for their own Sikhs. So what do we learn from this Sakhi? So we have to, from this Sakhi, look into our own lives. If someone has any comments that they want to make of what they learned or how they think that we true love for the Guru, like what is true love for the Guru? If you want to write something in the comment section, we can discuss that afterwards as well. We can post it on WhatsApp or the comment section in the YouTube video, and we can discuss that. But we have to look at ourselves. Are we just pretending that we love the Guru? Are we just pretending that we love Sikhi? Or do we actually have love for Sikhi, like Bhai Mehraji did? Right? Are we just going to the Gurdwara because our parents are forcing us to go to the Gurdwara? Right? Or do we actually have that love that we want to go to the Gurdwara and we want to do as much seva as possible? Right? Are we reading as much Bani as we can? Because what is the Guru Sahib telling us, right? This person, he was like, I'm just going to wait for the Guru Sahib to tell me to do something, right? I'm not going to listen to any Sikh. I'm not going to listen to anything else. I want Guru Sahib Ji themselves to tell me. But Guru Sahib Ji, Guru Granth Sahib Ji is our Guru, and every day they tell us that Uth the bat the soul with the yeah. They're getting up, sitting down, going to sleep. Sutya gur salahiya, uthya pi gur alao. That while we're sleeping, while we're awake, at all times, we should be trying to read as much Bani as possible. We should be trying to do as much Simran as possible. But are we trying to actually do as much Simran as possible? Or are we spending more time watching, playing on the computer or watching TV and watching movies or playing some sports or something? Like, are we actually spending time listening to what Guru Sahib Ji is saying? Like, Guru Sahib Ji wants us to spend more and more time reading Gurbani. Are we actually trying to follow that? We have to look at ourselves. That is something that everyone has to look in their own heart and see, am I actually trying to listen to as much Bani as possible? Or am I just pretending that I'm a Sikh, that I love the Guru, that I'm going to listen to the Guru, but deep inside, we really just like watching certain shows on TV or like certain things like that, right? Or maybe we go to the Gurdwara because our parents force us, but we don't really love going to the Gurdwara, right? We're forced to do seva, but we don't really want to do the seva. Do we run, and we should be like running to do some of the sevas, like washing the dishes and stuff, because Guru Sahib Ji tells us antin sevak seva kare, that my sevadar should be trying to do seva day and night, and if they do that, Satgur Seve so Thakur Buniyas, I think, like they'll get all the rewards, you'll get all the peace, you'll meet with God if you do this seva. Do we really believe in what Guru Sahib Ji is telling us? Guru Sahib Ji is telling us that if we do as much seva as possible, then we'll meet God. But do we really have faith? Like by Maharaji did, do we really have faith that what Guru Sahib Ji is telling us is true? That we'll jump into the fire or we'll do all this seva? Or are we just pretending like, yeah, I'll listen to this, but we're just kind of doing the bare minimum and then going home, right? So that's what we have to see. We have to look in ourselves. We have to look in our hearts and see if we actually love Guru Sahib Ji or if we're just kind of pretending, right? So that was the story for today. And we're going to look at more stories afterwards of people that actually love Guru Sahib Ji and other people that were just kind of pretending to like Guru Sahib Ji. But Guru Sahib Ji in this talk, in this Gurbani, Guru Sahib Ji is telling us that people who actually love the Guru, who actually look at Guru Sahib Ji with love in their heart, and they want to follow everything that Guru Sahib Ji is telling us. If Guru Sahib Ji is telling us to read more Bani, then I'm going to read more Bani. If Guru Sahib Ji is telling me to help other people, I'm going to help other people. If Guru Sahib Ji is telling me don't lie and to respect everybody, then that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do as much seva as possible. So those people that love Guru Sahib Ji and try to follow everything that Guru Sahib Ji is saying, this these toka, this Gurbani tells us everything that happens to them. So anything that they've done wrong in the past, Guru Sahib Ji wipes it away. Any any past sin, any past bob that we've done, anything wrong that we've done. Let's say we used to tell lies, we used to be liars before. Guru Sahib Ji will forgive all that. If now we say that I'm not going to lie anymore, I'm going to listen to Guru Sahib Ji. Guru tells me to be honest, I'm going to be honest. If we start listening to Guru Sahib Ji, we start having that love for Guru Sahib Ji and following what Guru Sahib Ji is saying, they'll forget everything wrong that we've done in the past, and we'll get so much respect from everybody, and we'll get all the happiness that we ever wanted, right? So good Prasad, that was the Sakhi for today. Hopefully it made sense. And now we're just going to do job of this talk again. If anyone has any questions, anyone has any comments, anyone wants to post anything about what they think the love of Guru Sahib Ji is, right? Like how they love Guru Sahib Ji. If they want to give examples or Whatever you guys want, you can message the WhatsApp group or the YouTube comments, just like always. And until then, we're just going to do job of this talk a few times, and then that'll be it for the subject today. So Das and Dasi will try to read in the beginning, and you guys can read afterwards. Jini ditha mera sati gur pao kari, तिनके साबे पाप गवाई, हरि दरगह ते मुख उजले, बहु शोभा पाई, जानो नानक मंगै तूरे तिन, जो गुर के सिख मेरे भाई, जिनी डिठा मेरा साते गोरो भावकारी, तिनके साबे पाप गवाई, हरि दरगह ते मुख उजले, बहु शोभा पाई, जानो नानक मंगै तूरे तिन, जो गुर के सिख मेरे भाई, जजे से हरी जे, नन्हे बिहारी नी, जिनी, डडे से हरी डे, ठठे कन्ना ठा, डिठा, ममिला में, रारी कन्ना रा, मेरा, ससा मुक्त स, तत्ते से हरी ते, गगे अंकुर गो, रारी अंकुर रो, साते गोरो, भब्बे कन्ना भा, उड़ी अंकुर ओ, पाओ, कक्का मुक्त क, रारी से हरी रे, कारी, तत्ते से हरी ते, नन्ना मुक्त न, तेन, कक्के ला के, ससा मुक्त स, भब्बे से हरी पे, साबे, पप्पे कन्ना पा, पप्पा मुक्त प, पाप, गग्गा मुक्त ग, वावे कन्ना वा, ईडी बिहारी ई, गवाई, जिनी डिठा मेरा साते गोरो भावकारी, तिनके साबे पाप गवाई, हाहा मुक्त ह, रारी से हरी रे, हारे, दद्दा मुक्त द, रारा मुक्त र, गग्गा मुक्त ग, हाहा मुक्त ह, दरगह, तत्ते ला ते, मम्मे कड़मो, खखा मुक्त ख, मोख, उड़ी अंकुर ओ, जज्जा मुक्त ज, लल्ले लाल ले, उजले, बब्बा मुक्त ब, हाहे अंकुर हो, बहु, ससे होड़ा सो, भब्बे कन्ना भा, शोभा, पप्पे कन्ना पा, ईडी बिहारी ई, पाई, हरि दरगह ते मुख उजले, बहु शोभा पाई, जजा मुक्त ज, नन्हे औकड़ नो, जानो, नन्हे कन्ना ना, नन्ना मुक्ता न, ककी औकड़ को, नाना को, मम्मी टिप्पी मऊ, गगे दला गै, मंगै, ढद्दे दलैंकड़ धू, राड़े सिहारी डे, टूडे, तत्ते सिहारी ते, नन्हे कन्ना ना, नन्ना मुक्ता न, तेन, जज्जे होड़ा जो, गगे औकड़ गो, रारा मुक्ता र, गोर, ककी ला के, ससे सिहारी से, खखा मुक्ता ख, सेख, मम्मे ला में, रारे ला रे, मेरे, भब्बे कन्ना भा, ईड़ी बिहारी ई, भाई, जानो नानक मंगै धूड़े तिन, जो गुर के सिख मेरे भाई, जिनी डिठा मेरा साते गोरो भाव कारे, तिनके साबे पाप गवाई, हरि दरगह ते मुख उजले, बहु शोभा पाई, जानो नानक मंगै धूड़े तिन, जो गुर के सिख मेरे भाई. So Guru Prasad, thus he has made so many mistakes while sharing the Sakhi, doing Vichara. Please forgive me, you guys. And please do das that Guru Sahib Ji blesses me with more knowledge and with more Sikhi, and blesses us all with more Sikhi knowledge and seva, so that we can do prachar of Sikhi, so that we can help other people as well, and so that we can bring Sikhi to the whole world. Huh? ਸੋ ਸਾਰੇ ਗੱਜ ਵੱਜ ਕੇ ਫਤਿਹ ਬੁਲਾਓ ਜੀ। ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ, ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ।